All right, I want to talk for a second about the two pistols from the Springfield XD line that I have sitting here next to me. They're both great carry options. One is the Springfield XDM 9mm compact gun, and the other is the XDS 9mm 4-inch subcompact gun. And I call it a subcompact, and you'll see why here, just because it is a little bit smaller in the grip area and it's significantly thinner. Now, at first glance, from your angle especially, these guns are going to be very, very similar. But as soon as you pick either one of them up and compare it to the other, you're going to realize that the difference in width at the grip area, and then to a lesser extent, the difference in grip at the slide area is actually pretty significant. And it's much more significant to the feel than it is to the eye. You know, right now, if you look at the top of this slide and the top of this slide, they look very, very similar. Obviously, this one gets a little bit wider towards the base, and this one maintains its slim profile. And this is the single stack version of the 9mm XD family carry gun. This is the longer barrel, the 4-inch. It's the newer version of the XDS 9mm. And as you can see, it's very hard for me to get any kind of purchase here with my pinky finger, with my little finger. And that for me is one of the distinguishing factors of a subcompact gun also. I'll put that down for a second and we'll take a look at the way my hand rests on the XDM. Now I'm not completely covered there, but there's definitely, and you can see the pressure I'm putting on my fingers, there's definitely purchase there, as opposed to some of the subcompact guns where you just kind of fall off. Obviously, the width of this grip area is also going to fill my hand much better. So this gun's going to be less perceived recoil. Obviously, this also means I can have a double stack magazine. This is a 13-round magazine as opposed to this, which is technically just a little bit more than the 6.5 that would be half. This is a 7-round magazine in the single stack gun. Now, both of these guns have larger capacity magazines that are available for them as well. So when we look at the 3.8-inch XDM 9mm compact, we can take any of the double stack magazines from the larger XD or XDM family of firearms, all the way up to and including this 19-round magazine from a full-size XD. That'll work in here absolutely fine. A lot of people won't carry this magazine as their primary because obviously it extends the grip. If you're going to have a gun that sticks out this much, you may as well have the full grip area. So this would make a great spare magazine for most people who choose to carry the compact version. When we look at the XDS, there is no larger full-size grip single stack version of this gun inside of the XD family, but they do make an extended magazine. So this magazine holds 9 rounds and obviously sticks out exactly the same way. You can, with this magazine here, still get a little bit of a purchase with your finger. It's going to be a little bit more awkward. You want to make sure that you're not touching that magazine, of course, when it comes time to do a magazine change. When it comes time to a magazine change, you want no contact, and that's why I prefer not to use the sleeves that are available that will actually extend the grip area. Now, if you're carrying one of these compact XDSs and you're not carrying a spare magazine, you're obviously not worried about reloads, you're not worried about the ejection reliability, so it would be perfectly fine to put that on there and increase the grip length in this gun. If you're thinking about increasing the grip length on the XDM, of course, there are other models available that have the full-size grip lengths. So when it comes to carrying these guns, there's also going to be some significant difference in regard to the way this gun actually feels on the body. So we know that in the hand, this gun feels slimmer, and that's going to mean more perceived recoil and less to hold on to. But when we talk about going into the holster, that slimness is actually a huge advantage. And that's why this is actually the gun that I prefer to carry when I'm carrying one of the XD family of guns. This gun, inside of this crossbreed, inside the waistband appendix holster, is very slim, very nice to carry, and I still get 7+1 rounds, 8 rounds of 9mm. So whereas a lot of the past gun options that we've had at this size, at this slimness, weren't available in 9mm and certainly weren't available in 8 rounds, this was a really nice carry gun setup right here for inside the waistband carry. Now, for me personally, for a number of years, I carried guns of about this width inside the waistband. And it's just simple to say that this is less comfortable, especially sitting down, carrying appendix like I do. This is much less comfortable. And that's why for this gun, I don't even have an inside the waistband holster. I've got one of these range and carry outside the waistband holster. So if I'm out at the range, I'm using this gun, this is the kind of gun that I might have available inside of a vehicle or inside of a home defense situation, inside of a quick access safe, using something like an outside the waistband holster at the range when I'm training, something like this. The inside the waistband holsters for carry, I think, are much better suited to the slimmer gun. Now, both of these guns are going to be super reliable and share a lot of the same features that the XDs are known for. The textured grip is pretty aggressive. I personally like that. Some people over the years have said that it's maybe a little too aggressive on the XDS. You can see that it's a little more muted on the XDM. Personally, the small guns, there's going to be more perceived recoil. I actually like the more aggressive texture on there. So now you've got a good overview of the difference between the this compact XDM model 9mm and the subcompact XDS 4-inch model 9mm, both from Springfield Armory, and both excellent defensive firearm options.